Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I will be doing your September 2020 money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading. For the readings this month, I will be using my white tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite tarot deck. And then, Pisces, I will close out your reading with the Magical Messages from the Fairies Oracle card. All of these decks will be linked in the description. And if this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome, and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. For those of you that don't know, I live in Las Vegas, and we are under an extremely high heat warning. So I have to turn my fan on because it's like 115 degrees today. And, we're getting calls and we're getting messages from the the electric company for us to conserve our use of electricity. So anyway, if you hear something in the background, that's what it is. All right, Pisces, let's go ahead and get right into your reading. All right. So let's see what's going on for the sign of Pisces as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. For the month of September 2020. All right, Pisces. Okay, we've got a lot of reverse cards here, but that's nothing to be concerned about. I know a lot of people always tend to get really weird when they see a lot of reversals. It's not always a bad thing. I just think what this means is that you're definitely going to have a lot of well, you saw I was kind of having trouble with the shuffle. That tells me that as we move into September, Pisces, you've got a lot of things that you need to work on. Especially as it relates to your money, to your financial wellness, so to speak. You just have to really buckle down. You have to finish some projects. You have to get back on track. You really need to focus. That's what I'm getting here, especially when I look at these cards. You have some things that are not finished. You have some projects that maybe you're procrastinating on. And these are things that need to be completed, be addressed, be taken care of, because it's causing blockages. It's causing a disruption in energy. It's causing a disruption in your flow. And I'm just feeling like there's, it's almost like you may have too many things going on at once. We have the Five of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Lovers, World, all reverse. This tells me right here there's a lot of unfinished, things going on. Things being incomplete. Things being left hanging up in the air. This Five of Pentacles, though, this is a good card, though, to have in the reverse. Because this talks about that you're breaking away from the lack, limitation, poverty mindset. Not that you ever really lived in that space, but sometimes when it comes to our money, we tend to sometimes react instead of being proactive, and sometimes we make decisions out of fear, or we make decisions because we feel almost like obligated in a way, and it's probably not something we would have done had we not been in that particular position at that time. Now the Page of Cups here talks about there's going to be some news, information, even an offer that you were expecting that doesn't come through. Now this is not anything life-shattering, but you kind of had your hopes, and your expectations kind of high for whatever it was, and then you realize that, you know, it's just not happening. Something's just not coming through. Something just doesn't progress in the way you want. And it's a little bit of a disappointment, but it's not enough to totally throw you off your game, okay? We also have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. That's very, very good because this talks about you being really in the position to be smart with your money. It's not like you're balancing and juggling the bills, but now you're really in a position to kind of get ahead of the game a little bit, and I think by the time we move into September, you're very clear about that. And you do, either you get caught up on bills or you even, start paying bills ahead of time. You start socking away more in savings. You just kind of get more of a system as it relates to your money flow. You know what has to be done, you know what needs to be paid, when it needs to be paid, and you go ahead and you take care of that. Now, the Queen of Cups and the Lover's card, I feel like this is some type of an emotional thing here. The Queen of Cups, sometimes she's very insensitive, right? The Lover's card in the reverse talks about a divine separation. This could be the reason why things are kind of just not flowing as smoothly as we'd like as we move into September, Pisces. Are you going through a breakup? Are you going through a separation from a partner or a job or a project that you really kind of had your whole heart invested in? Sometimes these emotional things really do impact us financially, and we have to be aware of that. Our financial mentality, our financial wellness, our financial, health, a lot of that depends on our emotional health as well. Sometimes when we're in a state of, grief or sadness or being angry or anxious, it causes us to make sometimes decisions that we would not have made otherwise. So that's just something to be aware of. All right, this card just made itself known, so I'm going to throw that down. And then finally, the World card, like I said, that means there's something unfinished. You need to take care of that, Pisces, especially in this first week of September. Really close up those projects, complete something that you've started. So what else do we need to know for the sign of Pisces? As it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of September 2020. What do we need to know for the sign of Pisces? Resolution is coming. Intuitively, that's what came through. Resolution is coming, Pisces. Somebody needs to hear that. Okay. Okay. Overall, as we hit that second week of September, things do start to get better. Things do start to kind of fall into place. We have the Four of Cups here. This talks about, you probably not necessarily making a choice about something as it relates to money, work, business. Not because you don't have the ability to make a choice, but you're not ready to make a choice right now. You're deciding to kind of sit back and wait things out, and sometimes that's the best course of action. The other thing is that you have to really kind of be aware about the timeliness of the choices you do make. Now, it's one thing to not make a decision, but it's another thing to either procrastinate on a decision or to make a decision at a time when that decision is no longer effective. And I hope that makes sense. So just be very, very careful when you are contemplating something or when you are thinking about the next move you're going to make, especially as it relates to money and as it relates to finances, that you're not screwing yourself over by taking too long or reacting too soon. And you're going to have to use your own judgment on that because, of course, every situation is different. Next, we have the Ace of Swords here in the reverse. The Ace of Swords in the reverse position. I'm getting two messages with this. Number one, there is a falling apart of something that you had thought was pretty solid. And because of that, you decide to kind of step away. Now, the other thing I'm getting with this is that you pretty much nail some things down. But in doing so, it causes things to kind of not necessarily grow and progress as fast as you would like them to. Now, the Ace of Swords, too, sometimes the energy about this card is things just kind of like settling. And I hope that makes sense. When things just kind of settle, sometimes they settle in a good way and sometimes they settle in a very uncomfortable way. So you're going to have to figure out how that applies to you and your situation. This is nothing that you can do. It's just kind of the nature of the circumstance, and that you just got to kind of work through it. But this thing here, it could cause you to feel really uncomfortable and even lost because you're taking personal responsibility. But I have to let you know that this is, quote, not your fault. It's not. This is something that either you had intended to do a certain way, and then for some reason or another it doesn't work out that way, or this is something where you definitely, again, had expectations about it working out, and then for some reason it doesn't. But it's not because you did something or didn't do something. It truly is an unfortunate situation, and you're just having to, like I said, work your way through it. But the good thing is, like I said, resolution is coming. I can see that with these cards here. The King of Wands. There's somebody, either a manager, a supervisor, an executive, somebody high up who is definitely reaching out and paying attention to you. Now, this is really good because the King of Wands, this talks about being on notice. Now, it could mean that you're on notice about a potential opportunity, or you are being considered for a potential opportunity. Now, this can be work related. It could also be related to you if you are a business owner or an entrepreneur or a solopreneur. This means that there is somebody who is paying attention to you and who is considering you for something good, something greater, something exciting. Even if you work by yourself, this could be a vendor, this could be a client, this could be a customer who's really examining what you do and really wants to work with you, or wants to hire you, or wants to use your service or buy your product, okay? This is very, very good. And it comes at the right time too, because the Knight of Cups is all about being rescued. It's all about being supported. It's about someone showing up in the right way at the right time with exactly the things that you need. This is very good because it just goes to show that you're not alone. There are people around you that care and people who want to help. I also see that here with the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles, even though he's in the reverse, it doesn't mean that he's still not someone who can be supportive. This is someone showing up for you, but maybe they're just not capable of giving you what you need. You know how sometimes you're in a situation and then I'm getting the the example of a child, I know I've been through this where I felt really distraught, very stressed, and then my little son will come up to me and say, "Mommy, can I help?" And it's, obviously he is a support and an encouragement to me, but him being a child, obviously he's not in a position to truly, fix a problem. And I get that energy and I get that sense with this card, is that someone or something will show up, but they may not, necessarily be in a position to help, but they still care about you and they still want you to do well, especially as it relates to money. Maybe they can only loan you $100 and, maybe you need 1,000, but at least, they're willing to do something to help you out. All right, Pisces, let's continue on and see what else is going to be showing up for you in the month of September. So what do we need to know for the sign of Pisces as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of September 2020. Now this is exciting because once we hit the second half of September, things really start moving and shaking, you know, in a good way. Things really get rolling here. So, you know, the first half of September, Pisces, may be a little bit challenging. You know, you're working through some things. But once we hit that second half of September, it's going to be good and things start moving quickly. I can say that because of the Chariot card here. Now, we have the Two of Swords. This means that you're going to be backed into making a decision. I know sometimes that's not ideal and it's not comfortable, but sometimes the pressure is on and you have to make a decision. You may not be ready, you may not want to make the decision, but as we move into the second half of September, there's going to be a decision here and it's going to affect you financially, okay? So just make sure you take your time to think it through. We also have the King of Pentacles and we have the Seven of Pentacles. Now the King of Pentacles, this talks about financial education, financial literacy, also investments, also gold. I know a lot of people are talking about gold and silver right now. I think that would be something good for you to look into at this time. Obviously, don't do anything crazy, you know, don't cash out all of your money to invest in precious metals. But when I've been getting this card lately, it's been really screaming to me gold and silver. So I'm throwing it out there for whoever can resonate with that. Otherwise, the King of Pentacles is about doing your research and doing your homework as it relates to investments, whether that be stocks, real estate, business, precious metals, whatever the case may be. Now is a good time for you to really take some action as it relates to that. Seven of Pentacles talks about you're going to be busy doing work. You may not necessarily be happy, but you are grateful for the fact that work is still there and that you still have the ability to make an income. May not be exciting, may not be your first choice, but hey, you've got money coming in, and that's a very powerful place to be because there's so many that don't have that. You know, you probably are starting to think about other things you can do to make money at this time, Pisces. But just know that you're probably going to feel a little bit melancholy, maybe a little bit, I don't know, like not really truly excited about what you're doing, but you're still grateful nonetheless to have the ability to do what you're doing. I talked about things are going to start happening very quickly. Chariot. This means that, you know, you've got a lot of stuff going on very forcefully, which is very, very good. A lot of people sometimes get scared about this card because it means that, you know, full speed ahead, charging ahead. Also, sometimes it means that things are going to be happening simultaneously. You may have stuff going on here, you've got stuff going on here, and you have to keep up with everything. Do your best because this is definitely something that will work in your favor. Okay, it may seem a little overwhelming at first, but trust it and do the best you can because it will pay off in some way. Next, we have the Six of Swords here. Now, the Six of Swords talks about travel. You could be taking a trip once we hit that second half of September. It could also mean that you're making a conscious decision to leave something. A lot of times, when this card shows up, usually it means a going away. Now, it could mean going away literally, like taking a trip, like I said, or it just means going away from whatever it is that you are currently experiencing. Could be going away from a job, going away from a relationship, also going away in the sense of you just kind of doing something different than what you normally do. So you'll have to figure out how that applies to you in your personal situation. Finally, we've got the Star card. This is a very positive card, which I'm very excited about for you, Pisces. Now, the Star card, this card is really telling me that you're going to have an unexpected hit on something. Now, when I say that, it doesn't necessarily mean luck, but at the same time it could be. But I'm getting the sense that there's something that you're working on, something that you are intending to grow and make money with, and it finally kind of blows up at that particular in that particular way at that particular time. The Star card is a very positive card, and it also means too that you're doing really well health-wise. If you had a question about health and wellness, or if you are working on your health in some way, the Star card is a very positive card because this is the card of vibrancy, overall health and rejuvenation. So this is a good card. I'm excited for you for that, Pisces, and I do think that something good is definitely on the way. All right, let's see what else shows up. Oh, nice. For the sign of Pisces. As it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. For the month of September 2020. All right, so we've got a repeater card here, Pisces. Knight of Cups, all the Knight of Cups here. Empress, Justice, Devil, and Hermit. Very powerful cards, all in the upright position. Let's start with the Knight of Cups here. Knight of Cups, member. Someone is showing up to help you. This person, probably the same person here, shows up again, or you continue to work with this person throughout the entire month of September. But you're definitely getting support. Someone is coming to your rescue. Someone does want to help you in some way. Someone wants to support you in some way. Someone will offer you something that will definitely help you. And it's something that comes, like I said, at just the right time and just the right way. We also have the Empress card here. Now, the Empress card talks about the birth of something new. This is also the card of the seed being planted for something new. If you are starting a new job or you are starting a new business, this is a very good card because it means that things are set in place in order to grow. This is also the card of nurturing and maternal instincts or maternal energy. Depending on, what you're working on, this is a very good card if you are looking for your money to grow. Now, this is not something that can be rushed. We all know that nature kind of moves at its own pace. And I have the feeling that this is also going to apply to your money. Your money will grow at its own pace, depending on exactly what it is you're doing or what you're not doing. But you're going to have to trust the timing. You're going to have to be patient. But just know things are growing. The seed has been planted. And in due time, you will see the birth or, the growth of something new. This is very, very good. Very, very positive. We also have the Justice card here. The Justice card talks about a decision being made in your favor. I feel like I should be saying congratulations, so I'm not sure what that's about, but I'm going to say congratulations, Pisces. This decision is made in your favor. This shows up a lot during legal questions. It also shows up a lot in questions or decisions being made that are work and business related. So something happens in your favor. It's very good, and like I said, congratulations. Next, we have the Devil card. Now, this is the only card where we have to really pay attention to. You've got some unhealthy attachments. There's something, maybe a bad habit that could be holding you back from exactly everything that you are working towards. This could be something of an emotional nature. It could also be something physical. Could be a physical addiction. Sometimes this card shows up when it's a very lustful card. If there's something where it's a very powerful, lustful, sexual even energy, sometimes that can kind of cloud our judgment. So be very, very careful. I see this card a lot when there is a workplace affair. And I'm not sure if that applies here, but if there is somebody having, a affair in the workplace, be very, very careful because sometimes those things have a tendency to cause you to get burned. I feel like I need to share that for some reason. Intuitively, that's coming out. So maybe someone needs to hear that. I just feel like you probably need to break away. For whatever reason, I'm just going to say, hey, this is a warning, this is a heads up. Just be very, very careful. Finally, we have the Hermit card. Now, the Hermit card is all about kind of being reclusive. As we close out September, you're probably going to want to kind of step back from a few things, Pisces, and just kind of do your own thing and move in your own way. You probably will not be working with a lot of people at this time. I think for you to kind of really embrace your own self-care and really for you to get clear on your goals and what it is that you want to achieve, at least at this time and as we close out this year, you're going to have to spend a lot of time in solo thought. You're going to have to really take your time to kind of just isolate yourself in some way so you can think and get really, really clear about how you want your life to be, what you want to be, what you want to do, and what you want to have, what you want to experience. Take this time to really go deep within and figure that out for yourself. So overall, Pisces, you've got a very, the word rejuvenating is coming to mind. I don't know if that's all the way appropriate, but that's what I'm feeling. Like September's going to be rejuvenating. It's about getting some things done that needed to be taken care of, and then finally moving forward in a way that really allows you to be supported and embraced in your goals. You're going to be figuring some things out, and I think you're going to do it in a very positive way that definitely gives you results. Okay, so let's go ahead and close out your reading, Pisces, with a magical messages from the fairies oracle card. Okay. Oh, I like this one. This is ask for what you want. Let the universe and other people know what you need. I don't think there's anything more to say about that. Have the courage to ask for what you want. Why? Because you deserve it. And I truly believe that sometimes you do need to speak up for what you want. A lot of people just expect things to kind of show up, or they're afraid to ask because they're afraid they're going to be told no. But remember, the answer is always no if you don't ask. So Pisces, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, feel free to drop them down below. I want to thank you so much for choosing to spend this time with me. And Pisces, we'll definitely do it all again next month.